How to play strategist, the most important role on the team. Literally, without you, the team cannot succeed. You carry the team on your back. I know this role can come with a lot of responsibilities and can be frustrating with teammates not understanding the pressure and how hard it is to do your job. So, I'm here to teach you your role as a strategist and tips on how to be a better strategist. As always, in this community, we comment down below and have discussions about said topic of the video. So, if I missed any tips that you know as a strategist main, comment it down below. It's kind of hard to, involve every last information on a certain role in this game because it always varies based on what's going on in the match. This is a very strategic game. So if you have any tips for other strategists, comment it down below so they know. And I'll pin your comment if it's a very interesting, powerful tip for them to know. Anyway, tip number 1. You're a strategist, not a healer. There's a reason why they gave you a strategist as a role. That's your name for a reason. It's because your sole purpose isn't to just heal, it's to support your team. Supporting your team comes in many different forms, whether it's healing, killing, buffing, reviving, blocking, protecting, pushing the advantage, debuffing, stunning, etc. This is how you become a strong strategist. There's a reason why Susan can push and pull players and throw a slow ticking bomb at the enemy team. There's a reason why Luna and Mantis can stun players by freezing or sleeping them. There's a reason why Rocket and Mantis can buff the team damage by 20% to 40% to 12%. There's a reason why C&D can blind and make enemies take 20% more damage from debuffing them. Come up with different strategies to help your team work towards victory. The amount of heals you have doesn't matter. Did your team win is what matters. You can heal your team all day, but if you all not advancing towards victory, your heals don't matter. The most important thing that sway a match is never shown on the stat screen. The perfect timed ult, the perfect push, the perfect pick, the perfect save, etc. Those determine a match victory, not the stats. Tip number 2 is learn all strategists with great team comps in this game. It's essential to learn every healer in the game besides like Loki and Adam Warlock because they very niche, okay, and their team comps ain't really that strong, right? Reason being, team comps not only help your teammate get a better skill, but also increase the amount of health you can use to heal your teammates up by 15%, which is very beneficial. Remember, your job is to strategize on what will make your team win. You're the commander on the battlefield in the backlines. You're the Shikamaru of the team from Naruto. Act like it. If there's a Namor on your team, pick Luna Snow so he can bring more to your team. If Mr. Fantastic on the team, go Susan so he can become unkillable. If Punisher or Bucky is on the team, go Rocket so they can destroy the enemy team with infinite bullets. Moon Knight on the team, go Cloak and Dagger so he can position better and live longer. If y'all running triple support and Adam Warlock on the team, run Mantis so y'all can be annoying with the repeated revives non-stop whenever y'all die. This includes a Hela and Loki comp since she can revive Loki and give him extra health after every kill she gets. Tip number 3, survivability. I see too many healers in the backline standing still and healing when I'm a duelist, so it's always easy for me to pick them off. As you climb rank, you have to stop that and learn how to live longer because dive teams will take advantage of you. Learn to bunny hop. It sounds cliche and so simple on some Fortnite-ish, don't just run and hop. Make it harder for the enemy to try to snipe you, whatever. But you'll be surprised how many shots players miss on you from strafing and jumping at the same time. I did it the other day with Luna. Y'all may see it in clip, may not. I don't know if I recorded it or not. And literally, I was on a point by myself, and there was 4, maybe 5 enemies trying to shoot at me while my team was dead. And all I was doing was bunny hopping and strafing, crossing them up, and it took them a good 10-15 seconds to finally kill me. Like, learn how to jump and strafe at the same time while healing. It's very simple to do as a healer, especially like Cloak and Dagger, where your shots auto aim anyway. Very useful. Start doing it. Learn to use your skills. If you're C&D and you can go cloak and go invisible and invincible when a diver tries to fight you in the backlines, do it. Use the opportunity to run close to your tanks and duelists on the team so they can help you fight the diver, or just simply run away and reposition. Or kill them with cloak after blinding them and debuffing them because they're switching. It's easy to take them out. If you're Mantis on Luna Snow, put them to sleep or freeze them and either run away since they'll be stunned for about 3 to 4 seconds as long as you don't shoot them, or kill them with Luna and Mantis because they do a lot of damage when they get headshots. You don't need saving all the time. If you're Rocket, dash away and run on the wall because he's basically uncouchable when he run on the wall, and his hitbox is very tiny because he's a freaking small raccoon. Jeff can go underground and do the exact same thing, go on the wall and keep popping bubbles to heal himself. I think y'all get the picture now. Be elusive and mobile. Always play your life. Stop standing in one spot and healing. Start strafing and jumping while you're healing. I promise you will live a lot longer as a healer. Tip number 4. You are not God. I'm trying to stress this enough. You are not God. You are not a miracle worker. You can't heal everyone. You cannot save everyone. The heroes tell you this all the time. Batman, Spider-Man, they tell you this all the time. You cannot save everyone, okay? So don't carry that burden. Heal the players in front of you. If someone too far from you to get healed, don't chase them. Prioritize the majority, not the minor. Teams usually have 2 supports. Whatever you can't heal, hopefully your teammate will cover the rest, okay? I'm gonna say this unapologetically. Prioritize the good players on your team. Remember, you're the strategist on the team. You gotta make the decision that's best for the team. If a player keeps running in recklessly and dying, stop healing them. You're wasting time spent on them when someone else on your team can be doing better carrying your team if you gave them more heals. Forget about the Spider-Man and heal the Storm or Thor on your team. Always keep an eye on the stat screen so you know how players are performing on your team. One teammate probably performing bad because they're not getting focus healed, while another player is playing bad and they are being focus healed. Pay attention to who the smart player to heal during the match so your team can win. On that note, tip number 5. Who should you prioritize healing? The answer is not simple and cut and dry. You want to heal everyone until it's not important. What I mean by that is you don't want to be a heal bot. Heal botting has its place in time, but there's strategy to healing. For example, if my tank is getting jumped on by 2 to 3 players and my duelist is in a 1v1, his health is critical. The smart decision to make is to heal the tank. 2 reasons. It may be too late to heal your duelist before you make it in time. And if your tank go down, the enemy team will have an easier time pushing your team back and adding pressure. So the rule of thumb is usually heal the teammates that are in the middle of a fight against the enemy front line. This includes every role, not just the tanks. The worst strategist you can be is a pocket healer, only healing your tank. I can't tell you guys how many matches I've lost because our healer only healed the tank. Yeah, the tank is holding ground, but that's it. The tank isn't making any ground. You need your duelists so they can kill and y'all can push forward. So heal teammates in team fights. Let the flankers and the assassins, the divers on your team fend for themselves with health packs on the map. That's why they're there. And let them come back to you if they need heals. Don't chase them down and don't feel bad if they die in enemy backlines. That's their role and they got to get good at it. The most you can do for your team is give them Luna Snow, freaking Snowflake skill that heals them whenever you heal somebody else, and wish the best for them. Which you should be doing as a Luna Snow main, giving it to the diver on your team because they won't be near you majority of the time. But this carries over to my next point. Tip number 6. Heal and kill. Finding the right balance. A good strategist knows when to heal and when to kill. A strategist that only heals and never kill or deal damage is a bad strategist. Remember, you're a strategist, not a healer. Your job is to do your best to support your team. Cloak and Dagger is a good example of this balance. Dagger heals the team up until they don't need healing anymore. Then you can go on the offense with Cloak until it's time to heal again. If you're wondering when the best time to go on offense as a strategist, it's when your team doesn't need healing at the moment. No, that doesn't mean everyone has to be full health in order for you to go on offense, but your team should be at least above 3/4 of health, especially if they're swishy. Tanks are decent with their health being above half because they got like freaking 600 as a max health or above that, right? 1,000 sometimes become like Venom in group. There's a reason why all healers in the game can deal damage as well. There's a reason why characters like Luna Snow and Susan normal attacks can heal teammates and also damage opponents at the same time. So increase that sensitivity on your controller if you're not a PC player already. I'm console over here. That's why I'm making these videos for console players. Let them know we good too, okay? And be ready to sweep back and forth between shooting allies to full health and going straight to damage afterwards. Being able to sweep the screen very quick to see all your teammates' health bars, and then switch it back around to be able to do damage to the enemy because you see everybody's health bars are full at the moment. They don't need healing at the time. Even paying attention to if your teammate low health but they're outside of a fight. If they're outside of a fight, then you don't need to heal them at the moment. They safe. They can go get a health pack or something. Heal the person that's in the fight at the moment. You may end up stopping healing for a brief second to kill an Iron Man flying in the sky bothering your team, and then immediately going back to healing your teammates. You gotta determine when the right time to deal damage, but always prioritize healing your team over damage because that's your major role. Tip number 5, positioning. Strategists are considered the backlines in the game. If you ever hear the term backlines, it usually refers to the strategist and maybe some duelists like Hawkeye or Swirl Girl or Hela, right? Front lines are the characters that lead the charge for your team, aka the vanguards, or some duelists like Mr. Fantastic, Storm, Iron Man, etc. It's your job to protect all the backline. Protecting means healing them, helping to take out hazards like Moon Knight, Onks, Penny, Spider-Nest, etc. Even though that's everybody's job, but you're a part of that. Helping them out of stuns like Mantis, putting them to sleep, pushing characters off of them like Wolverine, especially if you're Susan. If Wolverine diving in on characters, you need to use Susan to push them away after he dies so he don't confirm a kill, because he will confirm that kill. You're this caretaker, basically. You're taking care of everybody on your team because they're supposed to protect you at all costs. So stay back. Don't be running into the front lines unless you're about to use a defensive ult for your team, or your team is pushing forward together to apply pressure. If possible, you should be hidden somewhere and still able to heal your team from afar, because the enemy team divers are coming for you. I promise you, they are. A Spider-Man, Black Panther, Iron Fist, Magic, Thor, Captain America, Venom, Psylocke, the whole football team is after you. So position is everything. Staying close to your team can be good positioning too, so that the enemy can't flank and beat you up on your own easily without your team noticing it. Tip number 8, defense ults are the best ults. That's just how the meta is, okay? That's why triple support is meta right now in the game. Rocket is a good support, but will never be a good support as Luna and CND because he don't have a defensive ult for the team. At high rank, the team that doesn't have a defensive ult on the team usually loses 9 out of 10 of the times. So if you see your team don't have a Mantis, a Luna, a CND, or a Susan on the team, you're throwing as a strategist. You're just throwing. You're throwing as a strategist, man. You need to pick up one of these healers, the best healers in the game that have a defensive ult. When you use your defensive ult, I like to call this playing chicken game. The reason why this is a game of chicken is because the enemy team have a defensive ult ready just like you. If you're curious if the enemy team have a defensive ult ready, look at your own ult charge as a strategist. If you have your defensive ult ready, they most likely 9 out of 10 of the time have theirs ready too, or they're close to getting theirs. Cool fact, strategists get their ults the quickest in the game because healing their teammates give them ult charge. So the more damage you heal, the quicker you'll get your ult. That's why you be seeing CND and them getting their ult. And right after they use their ult, they get it back in like 30 seconds. Because if their team is taking a lot of damage and they really healing for them, they're going to get their ult back very quick. Same with Luna Snow and everything. Getting headshots also give bonus ult charge in this game. So keep that in mind. That's why Mantis and Luna mains be getting their ult quick. Because they're healing people and they're getting headshots. This is why you want to heal and deal damage simultaneously, because both of them builds into your ult charge, giving you record numbers of getting your ult back in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I digress. The reason this is chicken game is because whoever uses their defensive ult last benefits their team the most to apply pressure and push the OBJ. But the thing is, it can be risky waiting to stall out your opponent's defensive ult and hoping you can keep your team alive during it, right? Now, I'm not saying wait the full time of the enemy team healing ult. You know, if you can, that's amazing, that's phenomenal. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you can stall some seconds out before you're forced to use yours for your team, you'll help your team tremendously. Example, let's say the enemy team pops the Susan ult. Her ult stay on for like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, right? You can pop your Susan ult on top of hers, so no team covers ground during that time, which is a neutral gain, right? No team push ground. Or you can take the better option where you can stall out for some seconds, stall out like probably 3-4 seconds, then pop your ult on the enemy team's Susan ult, which will make your ult stay out longer, because since they ult been out for 6 seconds already and you just popped yours, their ult can go away before yours, giving your team the advantage to push the enemy team back because your healing ult is still up while theirs is going. This allows you to push and apply pressure and give your team constant heals, making the enemy team have to fall back if they don't want to die. Just this tip alone will help your team win and help you in a gain ranks big time, okay? You should never use your healing ult willy-nilly. It should always be used to counter your enemy's duelist ults, like Storm or Star-Lord or some crap, or counterplay their healing ults. Only time I can say use a healing ult aggressively is if you're trying to help your team cover ground and push the advantage, which means you're already snowballing the opponent team as is. Like you already team wiped them and you trying to make sure y'all still pushing the payload, so use like Cloak and Dagger ult to push the payload even more. Like you're applying pressure. That's the only time I can be like, yeah, use it aggressively. You don't have to worry about the enemy team doing anything crazy to you, right? Or you're purposely or you using it aggressively because you're trying to bait out their healing ult. Basically, you're purposely trying to bait the enemy healing ult out so that the duelists in your team can use their ults freely to wipe out the enemy team. Like I will purposely use Cloak and Dagger ult to make them use their Cloak and Dagger ult, and then the moment it goes away, the Storm on our team will use her ult, and then she wipe their team because they don't have no healing ult to defend against it. This is chess, not checkers. Again, you're called the strategist for a reason. Tip number 10, Bubble Buddy. You and your other support is best friends. Keep each other alive. They can't kill y'all if y'all got each other's backs, okay? Strategists are as strong as duelists. Sometimes they feel like duelists. If you're playing with Little Snow or Mantis, they feel like duelists. If you and your other support keep each other alive, y'all can kill any swishy duelist that tries to kill y'all and can survive a Vanguard trying to kill y'all. It's good for stalling until y'all front line realize there's someone bothering y'all in the back lines. So always, if you're a strategist, watch your other strategist's health. Protect each other. Heal each other up. Y'all keep each other alive, and I promise you, y'all will apply so much pressure on the enemy team, they ain't gonna be able to budge and push y'all. Tip number 11, heal confirmed combos. Just like how duelists have kill confirmed combos, healers have heal confirmed combos. Y'all have combos that can fully heal someone, okay? Dagger, her heal confirm is she throw the heal shield out there, and then she throw the heal force field out there, and then she shoots the teammate that's inside the healing force field. So now they got health regen over time from the heal shield on their character. They healing over time while they standing inside the force field, and then they're getting heal bursts from you from throwing your daggers at them, okay? Multiple facets of healing at once is how you heal confirm combo people in the game, and that's how you get the most out of healing people to keep them alive. Another one is like Jeff spitting water at somebody, but while he's spitting water, he'll sometimes throw a bubble into the mix to give you a heal burst while he's spitting water at you. Susan is, she's shooting at you with her regular shots, but then she'll spam her shield. Since every time she spams her shield on somebody, it does like a 50 HP heal burst in that area. Again, always look at a guide video on your main character in this game, because you may learn something about their ins and outs of what they do and the numbers and percentages of their skills and stuff, right? I know some people don't know that Susan does that she do 50 health heal burst whenever she put a shield on somebody, and she keep popping it over and over again. Some people just think, oh, if my teammates stand there, to get health over time. You can use it more potently to heal multiple people on the team. You can always go to the hero tab and look at the suggested combo that they give you as that strategist, so you know what's the best heal combo for your strategist to heal people. All strategists aren't good at healing non-stop. You know, all strategists aren't equal when it comes to their heal potency. Lunar Snow will always heal better than Adam Warlock and Mantis, for example. Mantis gives health over time, regeneration, but she don't do like heal burst. She just shoots somebody and get them health. And Adam Warlock, same thing, but at least Adam Warlock can do a damage reduction. That's why Adam Warlock is good for a triple support team. Tip number 12, anti-diver strat. You will face a lot of adversity when it comes to divers coming to kill you and separating you from your team and making you feel powerless. I feel like in order for you to know how to counter divers, I need to explain what divers are and what their goals are. Divers are players that hide and wait for the perfect opportunity to attack your team. Whether it's Venom waiting on the perfect opportunity to pop your team up in the air so his team can do a well-coordinated attack and kill specific characters off on your team, or it's Black Panther hiding and waiting to attack your backlines to pick y'all off before your front line notices and can help. The goal of divers is one of three things: kill/distract the healers in the backline so that the front lines don't get heals. 2, kill the duelists in the backlines like Hela, Hawkeye and stuff, so they can't help the front line, so y'all have less damage to give and deal out on your team against the enemy team. Or 3, to make the strategists waste their ults and resources preemptively. So how do you counter this? I touched on this a bit earlier about survivability, about staying mobile and using your skills. But sometimes that ain't enough. The best thing you can do is communicate. Tell your team, protect healers from divers, or tell them they have a diver on their team. I do that whenever I'm playing strategists and the enemy team have hella divers like Iron Fist, Spider-Man, and Thor, etc. Whenever I tell my team that, they lock in and actually start protecting me and staying aware of a sneaky diver in the backlines so we can jump them together. Pinging the diver, letting them know, tracking their position and everything. Pinging them becomes very important and becomes the anti-dive strat. You also can play different and stop playing in the backlines and purposely play closer to your front line with your tank so they can't get you unnoticed. Your tank gonna realize you're gonna beat up right near them, unless they're a bad player, you know what I'm saying? Best advice is communication. Let your team know what's going on. If they want to win badly, they'll help you. A lot of players are oblivious and don't know about divers waiting for the perfect opportunity to attack the backlines aggressively and leave their healers defenseless. But they'll learn when you speak up and they're not getting heals. At the end of the day, if you're playing against a good diver, there's no real way to prevent it from happening because they will wait for the perfect opportunity to attack you. You and your team just got to be aware and ready to counter, especially your vanguard that's supposed to protect y'all. Only teamwork stop dive comps. The best thing you can do as a strategist is the buddy system, like I said. If the enemy team trying to use a diver to kill the backlines of healers and stuff, the best thing the strategist can do is heal each other. If both strategists or triple strategists, if they heal each other, it's impossible for the tank to kill y'all. Now, again, this is still a double whammy because now that y'all keeping each other alive, your front lines are getting no heals, and now they're fighting the enemy team that is getting heals unless you have a diver on your team. It basically gotta be a trade for a trade. If they got a diver diving on your backlines, your team gotta have a diver diving on their backlines. That's basically how it works. Tip number 13, play OBJ. Your ult is essential for pushing OBJ advancement, whether it's walking the convoy or capturing a point or making ground, etc. You always be ready to use your ult for said purpose. Also, strategists should always be pushing the convoy. You're in the backlines. Would be dumb not to, okay? If you're Susan, I see this a lot. Just a little tip, stop doing this. Stop putting your ult on the convoy. Put your ult in front of the convoy. Because the enemy team gonna fall back when they see your circle out there. They do not want to hang inside that circle. Most smart players, they gonna get out that circle because they know it's a disadvantage. When that's happening, y'all push the convoy and the convoy gonna ease into your ult, making it that y'all get extra ground because now y'all push the convoy inside the ult and y'all finna continue pushing the convoy outside the ult on the opposite side. So y'all just gain hella meters from doing that. So just word of advice. Same thing with C&D. Don't be putting your ult around the goddamn convoy if the team fight not happening right there. Do your C&D ult in front of the convoy and make a lane for your team to walk through for y'all to push the convoy. Tip 14. I already touched this a little bit, but communication. Like I said, you're the strategist of the team, so be very vocal and communicate. You don't want to accidentally use 2 healing ults at once because you and your other strategists didn't know who was popping first. You want to ping a lot. If someone diving you, ping them so your teammates are aware immediately so they can help. Like I said, talk in the chat when you're noticing something with your team or enemy team. Tell your team to fall back and regroup. Call the shots on your team. Be the leader. Awareness. Pay attention to your team health always. Who all got their ults on your team, so you can see that with the stats menu. We open the stats menu to tell you who got their ults or their number or how close they are to their ult. That's what the numbers mean in the electric symbol. Pay attention to what's ults being used on the enemy team, so you know when to use your healing ult, or do you need to hold on your healing ults, or do you need to bait one out so that people on your team can use their ults. Pay attention to that. You have to stay vigilant as a healer. You truly determine the tides of a match with your plays. Last but certainly not least, you are appreciated. No matter what anyone says to you in game, because it is toxic online when you're in rank, okay? Even in regular quick play, it is toxic because people don't know the game. They just be talking a lot of shit and they don't even understand that multiple reasons or reasons why y'all lost that match. Whether someone kept using their resources too much, someone diving in too much, someone not spacing, someone not protecting their backlines. It's just a lot of reasons. This is a strategic game. It can be literally a 3-second window of something did not go right and your whole team lose because y'all did not do something right in them 3 seconds. Like, this is a strategic game. This is like a war. This is checkers, not chess. I mean, this is chess, not checkers. So yeah, don't pay attention to them, okay? But no matter what anyone says to you in game, any healing from you is appreciated. Stats don't determine wins of a match. Majority wins of a match come down to pivotal moments, like when a great oak was used, when a team wipe occurred, and you team wipe them. I see this a lot. Team wipe them, and then your team do not push the payload to get extra meters. They just be running around and stuff. Or y'all did wipe team, and all of y'all stayed on the payload instead of some of y'all trying to stall them with the tanks and stuff at their spawn point. Like, it's a lot of things, y'all, that determine a match for you guys. When picks are made, you know, y'all finally got the healer's kill, so y'all was able to do something to the enemy team, or y'all killed the duelist that was annoying y'all, or when OBJ was advanced. There's a reason why teams still lose, even though they had the most kills and heals. Play the best game you can. Play the best game you can. You give it the chess pieces you give it the chess pieces you get. Okay, you know, you don't get to determine what chess pieces you get inside a match. They just give them to you. You gotta work with what you got. Okay, so have fun learning and growing your skills at the game. You'll start learning and noticing more other strategies, and you'll be carrying your team to victory with these new strategies that you discover and learn from other enemy teams that you see them do. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. And until next time, stay up.